certified Scott Brown banger.
Certified Scott Brown banger.
I remember playing Elysium by Scott Brown. I charted that on like a pre-StepMania program called DWI, Dancing with Intensity. And then I saw it on StepManiaX like 25 years later. It's like, oh man. Like Scott Brown.
I greatly enjoy the difference in arrow size here. Because I believe Cheesecake is rocking the largest arrow size possible. And Luz is running with, I think, default -1.
Different nose skins.
I do enjoy having Lightning's original character jump at the camera at the very end. We love the Lightning jump scare.
All right, we're going right into this match.
All right, so with our warm-ups out of the way and this match proceeding, take a look at that card draw. Got some very challenging chart to start off with.
If I remember correctly, I think it has a fairly long stream in it, doesn't it?
I think RainSpark does have a couple of 16 streams. Not super long, but the thing I always associate with this chart are a particular handful of very difficult center panel twists.
Certainly in the 21s, you start to see some serious form checks on the center panel.
As far as 21s go, this is a very center-heavy 21, so it'll make for a very interesting opening to this set, getting into game 1 here. Yeah, best be prepared to either turn your body or really get up on your heel or toe specifically to hit those patterns where you have up and center or down and center. So far, Cheesecake looks very comfortable on those center panel patterns. Yeah, you have to turn one way and then back the other for that kind of center panel pattern. Well, Cheesecake's holding up a very respectful lead. This is where the patterns get really difficult.
Cheesecake's holding on. Serious form check.
A 98 on Rain Spark is very, very good.
I think I was thinking of the Rainmaker has a stream in it.
Rainmaker has a noticeable 16 stream.
No, Rain Spark, that was a form check for the center panel.
Oh, yeah. Now, I have a recollection that Cheesecake played in the lower level division for StepManiaX at CEO Storm last June and won lower division to advance to mid.
Wow.
So, while I was certainly familiar with Cheesecake's accuracy game in that sense, I am quite impressed with that performance on Rain Spark. So, bringing some serious skills to Pool 2 right out of the gate. Still plenty of room for Luz to swing it around and win the set. We got 2 more songs going into Feel the Melody for game 2.
Can you just let us know if anybody uses their special stuff? Oh, you're already doing it. Somebody's already
All right, very nice gold combo sustained by Cheesecake so far. That's the timing expertise kicking in for this. Very high BPM, around 170 again, but very straightforward wild chart for the most part. I think it gets a little more form checky towards the very end. Introducing some crossovers, you're going to see some 16 bursts that incorporate more difficult patterns. But both players still look very confident on this so far.
Oh, that's it. Finishes it out.
Yeah, Blues kept some really good pace going up until the very end, but picked up far too many off judgments and actually seeing a life bar depletion. So when your life bar depletes in StepManiaX, you stop earning points at that point. Going forward, you don't receive any additional score.
Congrats to Cheesecake. We are in Pool 2. We've actually already seen a match.
Yes, we did skate over the Pool 2 to keep things moving along. So looks like we're going to get a Temp and Psychedelic. At least seeing that the match has been started on Start GG.
It wasn't me, somebody else. Must have been Jelly.
Or MCAT from our tournament station. Also have access to Start GG, can influence it accordingly. But yes, there is quite some good talent in this pool. Temp, Psychedelic, players from the greater Chicago area over at B-Hop Esports, their venue of choice. A lot of players who are getting very good very quickly over there. So a little entertaining when you see players from one region travel out to another and they face each other off. So we're going to get a good old-fashioned Illinois battle right here.
That's how we built the lore.
Yeah, I'm not as immediately familiar with Temp's play history. Again, everyone out there has been putting up some serious performances as of late. I'm certain he is no exception. Psychedelic has really, really strong performances, especially around like the lower wild range. So 19 to 21. Has a couple of aces up his sleeve for a chart choice as well. I have seen some impressive work on challenging the score charts from him.
He was also on the winning team, the Jelly Jammers, last night at the Cupid Splash.
Yep.
Did y'all finalize the round robin? You like finalize it. After doing the admin side, I think. I love Star GG so much.
Can we get updated card draw?
Do you assign to Cap this one? If you refresh, it should show.
Oh, refresh how?
Yeah, we had to finalize it.
So how do I do that?
Right. Our players are warming up. We'll be getting into this match shortly. Yeah, that's Psychedelic rolling up and 99 some wild charts. All right, I think got another community favorite coming up. On our way to Rio.
It's a banger.
Off to the side, just a little out of camera, you've got a sizable amount of the D-Hop Esports crew lined up to watch this match between their two players. Very, very close match so far. You're gonna most likely see the score trade around for a bit. Tem picks up his first early. Still plenty of room to improve here.
Yeah, I can't do anything right now.
Lots of these 16 triples. Now we're going to go into a little more of an unbroken block of stream for those iterations.
Psychedelic. Keeping it clean.
Psychedelic takes game 1. That's what I'm doing after bracket concludes. Partying all night.
After which bracket?
This bracket. This tournament, really, at that point.
Yeah, I think,
All right, we're back with the brand new track for game 2.
I think last night most of us turned in early to try and rest.
I had to be nice and well rested for these intense matches.
If I remember correctly, this card has some tricky center panels.
Yes, it has a couple of little twists and turns. I think most of them you're going to see in the build-up to the chorus. Yeah, the center panel stuff's going to come up right about now. I feel like Psychedelic has picked up a surprising number of earlies on some of those patterns and is still just ever so slightly in the lead.
About 75%. Can Psychedelic hold on?
Remember, the remainder of this chart, I think, is fairly kind to the players. And he holds on.
That is the match for Psychedelic. Sending Temp to the losers bracket.
All right, Temp is down but not out.
And we had a win on P1 side. Somebody pointed out everyone on P2 was winning. Curse broken.
Unless you're wearing a badge, then it's the player one side works out for you.
Let's get started.
Do you want to keep doing that, or do you want to?
Whatever you want. I don't want, like, whatever works for you.
Yeah, I'll keep doing it.
Okay.
Happy to take anything off of your plate right now.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Ah, big bossa. You can't see it, but Water Salad just shot me the dirtiest grin.
You son of a gun. Trying not to swear on the stream.
Big bossa.
Well, as a dad, just the dad joke game, the zingers. I told Pilot, like, within 5 minutes of seeing him this weekend, I'm living for these zingers.
We're trying to have a little fun out here, you know? Drum and bossa is like such uniquely distinct as far as like dance game music choices go. I don't think you'd see anything like this in any of the other major arcade dance games. I quite enjoy it purely for that reason. And the wild chart is a lot of fun.
Certainly gets you moving, gets the blood pumping.
All right, they've elected to stop playing. Easy going for a little center panel warm-up. Sheepy taking the accuracy challenge. One perfect at the halfway point is pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never try and read into the warm-ups too much because people approach them differently, right? Some people do the accuracy route. Some people just want to get their legs moving as fast as possible. Sometimes it's about, like, you know, testing out your BPMs or getting your bearings on the pads.
We are going to go into Make It Tonight, Wild 21 for our first song. Excellent work on those drills by Sheepy. This looks like intuitively struggling a little with that roll pattern. Really what you want to do is treat it just like an unbroken 8th stream and fill in with the roll. Be very difficult to get that notion that you have to anchor your foot and move around, especially some of those make you cross under. They can be a little difficult to resolve. Giving AZ just a slight lead, but plenty of room to swing around.
And it's swung.
Took it back in the drills and then lost it afterwards. Not insurmountable though, there's still plenty of room.
She got the hang of the rolls by that one. So close.
Ooh, getting close. Yeah, the other option there, I believe what Sheepy elected to do, not being able to intuitively read that pattern in the moment. The rolls in the game, you merely have to reach the quota on them before they end. You don't have to have any regard for timing. So I believe they elected just kind of mash through it a little bit, which worked. Whatever works in the moment for score, I say go for it. That being said, if SMX specific charting paradigms are not your forte, this should be a little more straightforward, and I think probably a little more Sheepy favored given the effect. So we'll see what comes of this going into game 2. Such a close game.
Very close. AZ's holding a small lead.
All right, off of 2 early judgments, Sheepy reclaims the lead.
Flickering.
AZ takes game 2 and the set.
Very close.
Yeah, you got it. I forgot. All right. I can draw Sheepy.
Well, we've only seen winner side matches so far, so no one's out yet from the tournament in this pool. over on DDR, there is a 1 EX difference. That has got the crowd very excited.
All right, looks like we're drawing for Sheepy and Lose.
Yes. Our TOs will attempt to draw as many matches in advance so we can just roll from game to game. Player availability, whether it be competing in DDR as well or any other obligations. People get tied up in different things. So we don't always have an immediate match on deck. But I think we should be set up shortly.
And look here at the bracket for Pool 2, currently where we are. I do need help with double elimination brackets. Star GG.
Here's a little trainer on a double win if you need it. But yes, so we are almost through the entirety of the first round of winners here. We'll have our two semifinal matches afterwards. So winner of Safari Owen plays Psychedelic. AZ Cheesecake. Winner of those two matches play each other. That winner advances to Pool 3. Over on the loser side, whoever comes out victorious will also advance to Pool 3. I believe from this point forward, whoever comes out loser side, if my intuition is correct, they will enter the bracket from the loser side.
Right.
So at this point, once you've picked up 2 losses overall in the tournament, you will be eliminated, even if you do end up advancing to 3. Just to keep things a little more balanced. All right. So looks like Sheepy's going to play again and get right back into it. Going to get a little warm-up going on ignition starts. We'll get an updated card draw in a second. Oh, yeah.
I didn't. You didn't? Was it uncomfy? I just can't sleep when I'm not in my, I didn't sleep right in And the night before I just I'll crash later.
We're warmed up.
And here's our card draw. That's a banger.
A brand new banger.
Brand new banger. But now we're going to go to a more classic banger for Pink Dinosaur. Sheepy holding on to very minor lead coming out of the openings of the song. Luz unfortunately picked up a miss on the very first note of the song, but appears to be doing pretty well with overall timing now, fighting for the lead right at the halfway mark.
And again, if you're confused as to who's winning, the score on top will flicker yellow. It'll flash yellow for whoever's winning. And it's just been trading back and forth this whole match.
Yeah, Sheepy has taken it for the time being coming into the second chorus, but the outro's coming. And despite being a low-level wild chart, Pink Dinosaur does not pull any punches with its syncopation. Sheepy's locked in. Don't forget the lift. Don't forget the yellow exclamation point.
Missed the lift, but it didn't matter that much. Lifts aren't worth too many points, if I understand correctly.
They're worth a respectable amount of points.
Like in an incredibly tight match, a lift can make or break. But
I think intuitively, lifts are known to be around 2/3 of a note's worth of points. So that can sting a little if you miss it. That being said, we're not done with lifts yet. We got a few of them coming up here. Sheepy seems to misread that little variation on the gallop pattern, handing a respectable lead over to Luz coming at the halfway mark on this song. Over on his side, Luz is sustaining a nice combo. We're going to a quick little 16s run.
if he can hang on, we might see our first 3-song match of the tournament.
All right, now remember, conventional wisdom, lift on the man. All right, look at that. We got a game 3 situation.
Lift me away.
So it looks like our players' tournament performance now for both of these players hinges on Kalinka.
Now, Kalinka, the very end of the chart, I believe has a 12-beat stop before the last 1 or 2 steps. And if these players keep with their consistency, we could see it come down to just that last.
Oh, yes. I think it's the longest stop in the game.
I would believe that.
I think there's a lot of other things that will trip up these players throughout the chart. We'll talk about them as they come along. I think this is a fairly straightforward 20, but you have to be aware of a few specific things to really optimize your score on it. First being this particular pattern, ideally it is a side switch. I think both players are going to opt to just double step it, and you're going to see another one of these fill in the roll quota. So the trick there for that roll quota is the note that it's anchored on. You hit it every time the voice in the song says go. And at the very end when it goes, go, 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 you want to jackhammer it.
Eagle-eyed viewers may also notice that the mines are in the shape of Tetris pieces.
Good old Tetraminos.
Oh, the score's flickering. They're virtually tied.
That's a nail biter. Is this really going to come down to the stop?
It may.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Do they have the chart knowledge, the song knowledge to know when it's going to happen?
Hold. Hold.
Amazing. Amazing.
I saw the miss and I thought it was over. But Sheepy skates by with a 15-point victory.
Unreal.
I thought my blood pressure wasn't going to go up until pool 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought it up before the chart start. I was like, you know, on the off chance. We saw it happen.
Mr. Salad saw the future.
There's a few charts like that. There's Kalinka, the Pink Fuzzy Bunnies we've seen a couple times, has that, if you forget about it, there's 2 notes at the very end. VTubers, we see VTubers in the higher, in the 23s, can have some devastating consequences in the last 5 seconds.
I think the thing that always surprises me about Kalinka is it pretty much just resolves directly on the beat. You tap through the beat, you're okay, right? I always feel like the length of that pause, and it almost seems like the music, it's like the chart resumes scrolling before the music fully plays, in my perspective.
Cheesecake and AC.
So it's always like, you know, just tap through it. It's not that difficult. And then you actually have to tap through it. And if you don't have it down pat, if it feels a little off to you, you will just screw it up even if you've got your metronome perfectly locked on. So that's a very, very hard stop to learn at the end. But enough of Kalinka. We are going to jump back up to winner's side for AZ Cheesecake. Nice family-friendly warm-up.
I do believe this song is filtered by the family filter.
Yes.
I have been to one public arcade that was clearly in like a young, you know, kid-friendly area of a mall. And I told the arcade operator, I was like, there's a family filter for this game, you should probably turn it on. There's some loud moans in a couple of these songs.
Ah, yes. Right in front of the ball pit. This is a great place for me to grind out my score attempts on Turn Me On, Wild 21. That's all right. We're not going to go through the whole song anyway.
Jumping into our first track, Birdie. Birdie has 1 slowdown.
Yes. Cheesecake, thinking about the mod selection. Now we get the song 1. Little bit gallopy in the very beginning. now for the slowdown.
Heading into the slowdown, Cheesecake with a small lead.
All right, pick up some off judgments in that little downtime, but Cheesecake still has a slight lead, owing to what I could say is a really strong performance timing-wise at the very beginning. Full combos from both players. Cheesecake taking it with, how many points was that? Got a 600, 700 from the lead. Nobody's Love, song 2. Very straightforward 20 in my opinion. Center panel miss from AZ is a little unfortunate, but he's still holding on to a nice slight lead. Cheesecake cleaning up the game a little bit, holding on to a minor lead.
And she holds on. Wow, very close.
Nice. Cheesecake takes the set.
The 150 points there.
Yeah, very close. One thing you see a lot with those fast patterns, especially like 16 streams that are very unbroken in comparison to the rest of the song, if you get off on that, it can be very difficult to kind of course correct back. I think you saw it quite a few times. Cheesecake went early on the 16th first, and that early kind of carried all the way through to the end. So I think the point margin was a little larger coming into the ending there, and it sort of shrunk a little, but not enough to meaningfully make a difference, especially as AZ had picked up more off judgments in the back half.
Yeah, I would also like to talk about sort of the, a lot of times we focus on difficulty of the chart, speed of the song, but there's a whole mental aspect to competing in dance games that I think is not talked about that much. You really have to focus to get as good a score as possible. There's a lot of noise, flashing lights, and distraction here. Other rhythm games, other music is blasting from different areas. And then even in your own match, if you're one song up, then suddenly the pressure is on for you to try and win that second song to knock out your opponent, or just hold on for dear life.
Yes.
It's a lot.
And round one can certainly be a special kind of sensory hell sometimes. Takes a lot of grit to go out and compete in public, put yourself out there at a tournament setting in front of people on a stream.
For
So
sure.
props to anyone who signs up and sees it through. Get up there and play.
Very proud of all of our competitors. Or we might see No Nobody's Love again. Can we go quit out?
Oh no, the menu timer. It's all right. Water Salads is on the case. All right. We got it covered.
Time is almost up.
Once again, Owen is running DDR in the middle of the match. We will need his presence in order to advance the bracket. We are going to see if anyone in Pool 3 can play. All I have to say myself is this would be a great time to get some Musica on stream, if that's your preferred game. It appears the outcome of that DDR match has drawn some attention, although I cannot quite see the result screen from this angle. Alright, I don't think we need to go quite into Pool 3 yet. I believe Owen Safari is on deck. Card draw's ongoing. Should have it up and running in due time. So as that card draw is ongoing, I just want to take a second to shout out our sponsors. So huge thank you to Red Note Gaming, our friends out in Las Vegas, who have been sponsoring a number of these events. Appreciate the support and the visibility as always. We also have Varcade, small arcade business out here in Michigan. Our owner, Jim Varcade, hopping into the chat, sharing the stream around. Appreciate it immensely. Thanks for your support. Looking forward to your support for a little visit coming later this weekend. And additionally, a shout out to Bending Grid, an artist whose song Love Arcade in this game, this event's namesake, sent out some copies of the album as prizes. So thank you again for your support there.
Alright, you're up right now. Yeah, any difficulty?
Ah, yes, rear guard. Welcome in. I believe we see you on the string setup.
Okay, let's see what you got.
All right. Moving through our Pool 2 winners bracket. Safari versus Owen.
Safari. Logging in.
Make a selection.
So I wonder if this will be our warm-up, or if we're just selecting into the song for the purposes of logging in.
It's a good warm-up song.
A little fun fact, this was my first wild APC.
Nice.
Another great introductory song to learn accuracy on, if you want to push that.
It might have been my first as well. I'm not sure.
Well, surely you'd never forget such an important milestone. Unless it has been that long ago.
I remember the one. I remember Gargoyle.
That's a very
It's the
impressive
only one
perfect score.
I cling to that.
That's a very impressive perfect score. All right. It's a warm-up. There's no excuse for score. Let's see some spins. I want to see some spins.
A man can drink.
Man, Owen doesn't even want to take this one for a spin. Coming straight from DDR, I can totally understand.
Owen's been playing almost constant matches for an hour or two. I understand. Welcome in, Andy Burns. Good to see you. Is it a half song warm up or a full song warm up?
Probably a full warm-up for Safari, who has not even played yet today.
Yeah, first play of the day. That's a great score for a warm-up. Or not for a warm-up, in general.
It should come as no surprise to me given the level ranges that have been decided for the pools, but I feel like going from Pool 1 being largely hard content on 17 and 19, now you go into Wilds 19 to 21. Something like Baby Love Me feels like, you know, jumping right into like freezing cold water compared to a very pleasant jacuzzi from Pool 1. But I think Owen's been making some progress in DDR and playing some respectably challenging content in that game, so he's probably well primed for the harder end of material over here. All right, getting into game one. Safari has a very commanding opening so far. Owen following along. No lead is insurmountable this early in the song. a couple of crossover patterns to carefully pay attention to in the beginning of this song. I think most of the difficulty is going to come in the bridge that sort of follows this chorus. That introduces some very difficult syncopation on other modes for the chart. I think Wild is no different. Safari comes out of that drill with a 4,000-point lead and looks to grow it. All right.
Well done. That's an intense chart, especially at the end there.
That's got a very intense back half for a 21. Wow. Safari's got some great timing, though. Look at how nice and tight that line is.
It's a tight graph.
I have cushions built into each pool, so if I have to spend them in advance, we can still catch up.
Lemmings on the run. I remember this very well as a qualifier you played for Midsummer Melody.
What can we expect on the Wild chart here?
Lots of drills.
Drills.
Gotta be on the run.
I just remember the full chart to this is silly. It's very long crossovers. So you're like,
Yeah, almost like you're doing a running pattern from side to side. It's a very, very fun chart to execute.
yeah, drills can be tricky for sure, though. Because again, if you start them too early, then you're likely to be rushing the entire thing.
Oh yes, drills are hard to time. Cohen is taking a second to catch his breath. Can't blame him. I'd do the same in that situation myself. We're gonna get into game two. This chart's a distinguishing feature. Drills. I also think another understated aspect about this chart's difficulty is some of these patterns, when they cross over, they resolve. They can immediately go into a 16th burst, or there's a mind place to force your foot movement. So this chart really wants you to follow the pattern as intended, which I think adds a little bit to its difficulty. So even though it's fairly low density in places, rather straightforward, you still want to execute it properly, as it can punish you for that. But coming back now into the second chorus, drills resume.
Safari's built a comfortable lead.
Very confident on all those drills. Yeah. Full combo 98, take the set. Very, very strong showing.
So Owen climbed his way out of pool one. He's been relegated back to the loser's bracket.
But he's got another chance, and if I read bracket correctly, he'll get to play around against the 10th. So we'll see where we go from here.
take a quick peek at the bracket while we wait for card draw.
Indeed.
So we're currently in losers bracket of pool 2. Everything is double elim from here on out.
Yep. So we're going to see Owen Temp next. And then I think we're going to jump back up and knock out that winner semifinal match between Safari and Psychedelic.
They fight for the honor of taking on Cheesecake in the winner's final of pool 2.
And whoever wins that match moves on.
Moves on to pool 3. One of these players down here will also move on to pool 3 losers bracket.
Yeah, loser side has got anyone coming from the deep in losers here has got a bit of an uphill battle, but it's not impossible. I think all those names I see here, all 4 of them, are all fairly evenly matched. I think whoever's going to drop from Safari Psychedelic probably has the best chance out of any of those players, objectively speaking, but it's anyone's game, and surprising things have been known to happen in SMX.
Looks like they're going to start their half a warm-up here soon.
Yeah, I believe Temp is going to have the opportunity to play solo to warm up. Owen having been on a hot streak through both games. I think it's a well-deserved moment of reprieve before the next set begins.
Warm-up, looking at the card draw, we have UFO, Hip Hop Jam, and Dizzy.
That's an interesting spread of songs.
Hip Hop Jam is, if I remember, it's fast, it has crossovers.
194 BPM.
A lot of energy in Hip Hop Jam.
At least we get Ladybug as a welcome palate cleanser to open the set. I think this is another great opening 19 to learn if you're looking to improve your scoring. Getting into UFO for game 1. Something has happened on DDR. Another 1EX victory. That's crazy. DDR is being streamed. I believe it's on MCAT stream, but I'm not certain. But of course, you're here for SMX. You want to watch some great StepManiaX. Some wonderful, wild gameplay here in Pool 2. As we get into game 1. It's a very challenging initial stop to learn, but easy to tap through, difficult to initially catch on first time you play it. So Owen's got the game knowledge there. Yellow combo coming out of the first quarter. Temp following along. See that phrase introduces some swingier note quantization. You get to see a green or teal colored note for the first time sitting on a 64th. Owen takes game 1. A very respectable 3,000 point lead. Yeah, that's a groove. That's a jam.
No, but you're gonna need to stick around if you win.
All right, we'll be getting into hip hop jam momentarily. Temp starting off with the lead on this one. I feel like Temp is playing with such increased confidence this time around. Coming to prove himself. Sustained really well. Made some note errors. Owen decided to concede that game.
All right, each player has won their respective pick.
All right, so we go into Dizzy.
Dizzy has spins, if I remember
That
correctly.
it does. You can hear it in the lyrics. Spin till I'm dizzy, dizzy.
I think this is only our second match to go to 3 songs today.
We've had quite a few 2-0s, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also trying to turn to the left so that the DDR sound isn't piping through my microphone.
There you go. You and I face each other like we're recording for a podcast
Yeah.
episode. Welcome back to another episode of StepManiaX. Today we'll be covering a real intense Game 3 situation here at Love Arcade 2025 between 10th and Owen. 2-1-3-1.
That moment on Kalinka earlier, I think, was the most intense of the tournament so far.
Oh yes.
The Kalinka match came down to the last gimmick.
Normally you have to wait until you get to those super accurate high-level games to really get some serious nail biters, but we got a quality blood pressure raiser earlier. All right. Very syncopated song here. You're going to see inclusion of that little like triplet trill. I believe the music game parlance for that is a 24th. Musicians hate it when you describe it like that, though.
Do they?
Because that's not really what it actually is. But I forgot about the quirky lips. That's close.
Trading lead back and forth.
56-point difference.
This is anybody's game.
I've seen it now a couple of times. Looks like both players have been messing up the spin patterns. You have to be very judicious about your double step and not idly rest on center. All right, let's see what happens. There's a really tricky little mind dodge here. All right, good stuff from both players. All right, Temp pulls out. A Game 3 set win. Identical perfect counts from both players, but just a bunch of lates from Owen's side makes the difference. But you know, Owen had a good run. Put up a fight coming out of pool 2 or pool 1.
All right, we have 6 matches to go in pool 2. 6 matches. 4 in the losers and 2 in the winners. Here we're going to see our second to last winner's bracket match of Pool 2.
Psychedelic returns. He's got the comb in his hair. Is this what we're playing? That's what we're playing.
All right, no warm up.
Just go straight in. Yeah, now we're starting to see, I think, some spicier picks.
Spicier picks. Both of these players went 2-0 in their first match.
All right, the gradual speed up. All right, looks like Safari, though, has really good command on the speed changes. Psychedelic is following along.
Each of those yellow bars you see in the chart is an increase in the CPM. So now we're through the speed up. Safari holding on to his lead.
Wow. That's a 6-star. Is that her first of the day? Might be.
It may be.
What a song to make a statement on. Wow.
That's a very strong score.
9 yellow perfects.
He's gaming.
Dare I say it? Hype set. Hype set.
All right, next chart, no princess. Pretty straightforward. More of an intro to Wild 19. Which means accuracy is going to be even more important.
Absolutely. Another very nice score from Safari.
Safari was locked in.
Wow. Very, very accurate from both players.
AC4, 5-3, and 10.
All right. Select your difficulty. Wild. Here we go. Are you a maniac?
All right. Next set, loser side, pool 2, Temp AZ, 4-5-3, going straight into Damdari Ram. Temp holding on to a slight lead despite missing that up arrow.
That's a razor thin lead. Temp streaming just a little cleaner.
He's locked in. I feel like the more he plays, the better he gets. All right, just looks like a little bit of mispositioning.
Can he hold on?
Wow. Now I really want to see the score difference here.
I mean, we talked earlier about lifts, you know, counting less than a single note. But a miss, it can be very punishing to your score.
Absolutely. But yeah, Temp ran really accurate overall, despite the misses, won by a healthy margin. And now it goes into his Protect Ladybug. Picks up the down arrow this, but still holding on to the lead. He's really ironed out his timing throughout his run bracket.
Certainly room for AZ to take the lead, though. There it goes.
Yeah, picks up some off judgments. AZ takes the lead.
Can he hold it? does.
Yeah. AZ takes game 2. Moving on to our next tiebreaker situation.
Song number 3, The Seventh Element.
A wonderful tune.
I want to say this has drills.
Yes. Very specific flavor of drill. I think you're going to see a relatively quick roll come up every time Vidas goes for the...
What does Vitas go for?
I don't think my voice is up for trying to hit high notes on singing, or I'd be doing that.
We'll save
Yeah,
that.
like I completely whiffed it.
We'll save that for the post-tournament karaoke.
This cold weather has dried out my sinuses and my throat, but I can still bubble.
That's God tier commentating right there.
This has a respectful amount of center panel as well.
It is a very close match, flickering back and forth.
Yeah, both players are in good shape to keep going and clean. AZ holding on to a slight lead, but still anyone's game. Both players getting tripped up by that up center up.
Can AZ hold on? Song 3.
Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh, the center panel miss.
The miss. That sealed it.
I think even if he had nailed that, the margin wasn't going to meaningfully change. But, wow. Yeah, just did it in. AZ takes the set, moves on to loser semis. All right.
Time will end shortly.
I see a Sheepy. I see a Safari.
Safari and cheesecake. Cheesecake.
I feel like I'm a small child talking about a trip to the zoo. We're herding everyone up to get going on the remainder of Pool 2. We only got 4 matches left in Pool 2. All right, we've got a card draw going on for Sheepy and Psychedelic.
Yep, Psychedelic 1-1 in Pool 2.
And that's an EX tie over on DDR.
Sheepy fought their way out of Pool 1. Oh, we lied. Not Sheepy and Psychedelic.
Let's see what you can do.
All right. Looks like we're going to get a Safari cheesecake first. And that's going to be our winners finals for this pool. And to make things very interesting, one aspect of the tournament we have not yet covered. The final matches of pools are going to be best of 5.
Yep, that's 3 out of 5.
Yes.
No warm-up because they've been playing a bit today. Romeo and Juliet.
I am absolutely unsurprised to see in the list of vetoed songs, Zodiac. That's quite a choice. It's a tricky one. That is a choice you can make. We're going to start off with Romeo and Juliet. All right,
Very
both
close.
players,
Very close to the halfway point.
yeah, holding on so far through those forced hands brackets and that spin section. And here's a very difficult to read mind dodge. Safari opts to get off the pad and then sort of reach over to step accordingly.
Safari's success in the minefield is going to seal the deal on this song.
Barring something happening, I don't see him dropping anything. I say that and something happens when you look at that. No surprise to misposition and kind of put your foot in the wrong spot for, you know, those kinds of bracket patterns. Very quirky chart with some very unintuitive patterns to work out. So getting a good score on that is really a testament to knowledge of that chart or being able to adjust on the fly.
All right, coming in with Who Wild 21. That's going to be the hardest chart here.
Song 2.
Whew.
Yeah, get ready to see a few more form checks throughout the chart.
A lot of center panels, 24th verse.
Very heavily syncopated the whole way, too. A little side of stream, for good measure.
Safari's accuracy, keeping comfortable lead.
It's still well within margin of error if something really goes south, though. Well, both players getting the full combo. Safari coming out cleaner to the tune of about 2,000 points. Yeah. Cheesecake just picked up so many center earlies throughout the duration of that chart.
All right, can Safari come in with the 3-0?
Well, with the timing he's currently locked into on something like Dom Daryaram, which we saw earlier, I think he had played it as well.
Somebody did.
Although, we did remark earlier, Cheesecake, winner of the lower pool at Storm, and demonstrably very capable of precision. This is the kind of back half of the card draw you really want. Very straightforward, very easy to lock into. Could swing it around. Would make for a very entertaining set. But Safari's got a lot of momentum coming into now an easy back half of the card draw, so I think it's a little in his favor, but it's not over till it's over. Safari's on a pacer coming into this chorus.
Just got to keep it clean. Wow. Amazing.
Putting out another extremely impressive 6-star to the tune of 3 perfects.
Safari is our Pool 2 winner
Yeah.
from the winner's bracket.
Safari's on his way to Pool 3, which is shaping up to be, I think, genuinely one of the most intense pools I've seen
Yes.
in terms of raw talent alone.
Cheesecake's not out of it though. That was her first loss. She's down to loser's bracket.
Cheesecake's got another shot to still make it into Pool 3.
Possibly the best shot. But it remains to be seen who will climb up from the losers.
Well, we can start with Psychedelic and Sheepy, wherever they are.
Psychedelic is currently playing Dance Dance Revolution.
DDR.
Yeah, Psychedelic. Yeah. We can take a quick bracket break as we wait. So again, Pool 1.
Congratulations, Safari.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Good time. Congratulations, Safari.
And still duking it out, we have Psychedelic Sheepy. Winner plays AZ. Winner plays Cheesecake. Winner pops over to Pool 3. And so since I've been talking about it, hyping it up pretty much since the beginning of the stream, let's go ahead and take a look at what talent awaits us in Pool 3.
Pool 3 is going to be chaos.
Oh, yes. So, every single name in this pool, I think, is decently recognizable if you have a little bit of prior exposure to the SMX community. S3 and K, or locally Malpieri King, they are a very, very strong DDR player, very, very good on timing. Have been playing a little more SMX recently, putting up some very impressive scores in the lower to mid wild range, and some strong showings on upper level content too. RC1, another Michigan local, been really improving lately as well. Malia, very strong in her own right, frequent appearance for women's tournaments. Pat, Emma, Jaipai, Sidia. One thing I'm really excited about here as well, Safari going up against Tenchi, who's also been putting up some seriously impressive scores coming from the greater Chicago area. And a special shout out to two first-time tournament entrants for SMX, Rugard and Smori, a father and son duo. Smori is about 10 years old and has some seriously impressive no-bar ability, so we're really excited to see him get up and play as well. So this pool is seriously intense. So we're working on queuing up our players to wrap up Pool 2, but we'll be getting into Pool 3 shortly, and I think this is really where you're going to want to tune in and pay attention to some matches. Don't change the channel. You're going to want to see that.
Okay, let's start this
That being
show.
said,
Make us lunch.
we have a match to get into.
Quick half song warm up.
Very underrated song in the game, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we're going to kind of quit out before the build-up. So hopefully you'll see that later in the tournament and get to listen to the full song.
You know,
It's quite enjoyable.
Down low also hits real hard. Our first song of the set.
Oh, yeah. All right, game one. Psychedelic Sheepy. We're gonna go down low. All right, hitting that stray note. Both players seem a little unfamiliar with this hand or bracket section right at the beginning. A bunch of point loss incurred. Psychedelic holding on to a very slight lead. All right, coming into the back half of the chart. Psychedelic dropping his combo on that little burst, but still maintaining a healthy lead. GB getting tripped up by a couple of those center panel patterns. They're still doing a respectable job. Trailing behind a little, but plenty of room to make it up in the remainder of the song.
I can solo commentate on YouTube.
All right. We're going to jump on over to Drifting Away. Definitely another pretty challenging 20. Very different from down low. It's a little faster, a little more emphasis on 16ths. A little bit more stamina oriented. Down low is kind of a more mental challenge to follow the patterns and all the work involved. Psychedelic's got a good start so far. Sheepy as well, gold combos from both players. Now getting into the 16th.
Yeah, very gallopy section mixed in with jumps here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Sheepy stumbled a little going into that pattern, but has sort of figured it out just in time for them to throw in a cheeky little crossover.
Feels like for level 20, this is a very high demand of stamina for the level 20 range.
I think this is very challenging for a 20. So Psychedelic's off to a solid start.
Both players effectively avoiding that middle gallop.
Don't sleep on those last notes.
And Psychedelic taking that song.
Yeah, he's
on a run right now.
Yeah, he had a good opening to the pool. Got his first match loss, then up in losers. Now winning and gonna start making his way up. But for the conclusion of pool 2, I'm gonna turn it over to Jelly Slush for the time being. I need to get up and take a little break. I've been talking since we started. So I will see you all in a bit, hopefully for some pool 3 and maybe towards the end of the event.
I've got them both, right?
It's in this room.
Door's locked.
And get Andrew or Jake. How's it going, folks? Jelly Slosh here. We are currently in Pool 2, and we are down to the last 2 matches of Pool 2. We have AZ453 and Psychedelic drawing right now, and then waiting for them in the losers final of this pool will be Cheesecake, who, if our commenters did not bring it up already, they had the absolute terror in October in the blue division. Then coming up after this will be Pool 3, just to kind of give a preview of who's coming up next. Pool 3 got some very strong players. We got S3 and K, RC1, Malia, Pat, Hamon, Jaipai, Cydia, Smori, Tenchi93, Safari, and Rugard. And in this range, I think we're going to see 20 to 23 to be the lower and upper bounds of the difficulty range. It's really exciting to see Smori here. Smori is going to be having his tournament debut here. He's our 10-year-old no-bar player. If you frequent the SMX Discord, he's posted some really impressive no-bar videos, including a pass on Pink Fuzzy Bunny's Wild 25 the day before his 10th birthday. Really amazing milestone to achieve, especially at that age. All right, and it looks like the card draw is concluding, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to our scene. And just once again, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Varcade PvP Arena. They're hosting a huge after party for us on Sunday in the Michigan area. Red Note Gaming in Las Vegas, and Bending Grid, who, if you were not watching the stream yesterday, Bending Grid sent CDs and cassettes for us to distribute as prizes. And of course, everyone that's viewing and supporting the stream and doing the match arena, we really appreciate it, helping us with the prize pool. Keeps this game going for us. So I have Psychedelic on player 1 and Sheepy on player 2. Actually, AZ. Looks like I'm about to play a half-song warm-up with I Want Your Balalaika. It's a little on the faster side of what we've been seeing compared to what we've been seeing lately in the matches. And then their 3 song set's going to be Temple of Love, Wild 21, Diamond Diary Round, Wild 20, and Start and Pause, Wild 19. And then don't let that 19 fool you. Some players regard Start and Pause to be one of the hardest 19s in the whole game. This chart right here for warm-up's a really good one to get your legs moving. Nice gentle stream to get through. Both players nailing the 16 note strings. And then a little backstory on both the players. I believe they're both in the Chicago area. I know I've met both of them at the B-Hop Ball Tournament that just happened in December. Ooh, Odell with the spin. He probably picked it just to do that spin specifically. And Psychedelic is the one that runs the stream for StepManiaX at B-Hop Ball, typically. Yeah, well, we have a break. B-Hop Ball is also running their 4th tournament in April. So if y'all are looking for some tournaments in the Midwest area in Chicago, check out B-Hop Ball 4. We'll have Twan running that tournament along with Odell streaming again, I believe. And they also have ITG as well. So if you're into ITG, which a lot of the songs on this game have come over from previous ITG games, and it should be a good time over there. Speaking of ITG, I believe Temple of Love was on one of the either Rebirth or ITG 3 that never made it out officially for a commercial audience. Number 1. Alright, AZ coming out of intro with a full combo, and then watch out for those switch there. These ones are indicated by the mind pit. When you see the mind pit, you're going to use the what you just finished using on the upcoming panel, which in this case is the center panel. Despite Psychedelic's shaky start, the scores are not too far apart. However, AZ maintaining a full combo still, starting to create a bit of a larger lead for himself. Both players nailing that stream going to the outro. AC takes number 1.
We can get the tactical. We can get him to look at it if you need to.
Yeah, you can get Andrew to look at the left. What's up? Yeah.
No problem. We'll get someone.
Alright, it sounds like we need to take a look at one of the arrows. So we're gonna call over tech. I'm gonna go ahead and put us on a break screen for now so we don't have to subject ourselves to max 428.
What arrow?
Left. Yes, you can see the high sensitivity was potentially giving him the delayed release. It is a nice feature though. There's some other dance game that has no other commercially available dance game that has the ability to just change the sensitivity on the fly like that in the options menu. Alright, and back at it with Dum Dunny Round. This one was featured, I believe, in DDR 4th mix. Pretty popular song back then. Looks like a super couple of those longer streams. Coming up about the halfway mark. Second Doug is slightly ahead. But it's close enough that one misstep will throw the lead back to AZ 453. Oh, it's flickering. Last set of gallops here. Ooh, Odell eating early is right at the very end. What a heartbreak. Oh, and look at those perfect counts. One perfect and perfect. But yeah, that shows you always got to play it out to the very end. Good stuff from both of them. But unfortunately for Odell, that means that is it for his tournament run, making it up to losers quarterfinals of his pool. And up next, we have AZ 453 versus Cheesecake, who we saw earlier. And this will be the losers final of this pool. Let's come back to the bracket here. Earlier we had Safari advance. Cheesecake lost Safari in the winners final of Pool 2. So they've had a bit of a break to kind of recalibrate in preparation for the match at AZ 453 to be the second person to advance out of Pool 2. And what does that look like? So the advancer of this pool, Safari, is going to be playing against against Tenshi 93, and then the winner of Cheesecake AZ 453 will play the loser of Smori and the winner of Jai Cydia. So a little bit of wait time before we see Cheesecake in the losers bracket. This should be a really fun pool to watch. It looks like they're getting ready for their card draws. while this is going on, we have DDR going off over to the side. See players getting hyped to watch their friends play. Opponents getting to the GGs before they play. Yeah, the DDR are super crowded over here. They got a really, really solid scene over here in the Michigan area.
Yapping a little bit with it? You feel like yapping?
I could yap, I guess.
Yeah.
Make my best.
I have stolen Malia to chit chat with us for a little bit.
Yeah, do this. I just put it on, right?
Oh, you gotta just talk.
Okay, I'm yapping.
I have stolen Malia.
Hi.
Malia is from the North Carolina area. No, formerly North Carolina.
Yeah, I just moved to New York.
Yeah, it's awesome to see you over here again.
Yeah, it was a trip to get here. But we wanted to come because, like, the pads are very well maintained here, so we were like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and after the Michigan scene, they really know how to throw a fun event. Like,
Yeah, they definitely do, like, a lot of fun stuff, so that's another reason why we like to come here, because it's just fun.
Yeah. Look at the merchandise. They customized MCAT, designed all the merchandise.
Yeah.
The Love Arcade themed merchandise here. The
Yeah.
Cupid, the Valentine's Day themed items.
Yeah, it's cute. I have my shirt and my shorts in the car.
It's definitely not shorts weather over here right now.
No, I even have like little capris on and I'm cold, so, but once I start playing, I won't
We'll
be.
hot. Yeah.
But then it'll be like snowing outside and then I'll be cold.
So let's take a look at your spot in the bracket
Oh,
and
boy.
then see how you feel coming up. I believe your top seed of pool 3 is what my recollection
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I have to play whoever wins that one. Winners round 1.
Yeah,
S3NK and RC1.
yeah, EJ and RC1, both pretty good DDR players.
Yeah, it'll transfer over.
Yeah, you're a pretty good DDR player yourself too.
Well, I try. I try a lot.
Actually, Malia and I are in the same pool for DDR,
Yeah.
and we're one seed apart.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Cause you've been playing, like, you got a B2L pad now, so
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Playing about a week.
That's awesome.
Well, technically I've been playing for 24 years, but
Well, yeah. I know what you mean.
yeah. World is very interesting. I very much enjoy the simplicity of StepManiaX interface more, but the filtering options are really cool for finding songs really quickly on the.
Yeah, like at
Yeah.
first it was like a learning curve because we weren't used to it, but like after a while it's like not terrible.
Yeah. I always want player 2, so I set the number pads on my right hand side.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a very specific thing, but let's say we just got cheesecake here.
Yes. Cheesecake was playing in DDR also.
It's rough.
Psychedelic thing.
Yes. I have a correct to start GG.
I could change that real quick.
Oh, hey Sim. Hey Beatman.
Yeah, we got some fans back there. It's always fun having our friends at home, coming to the stream and checking us out.
Oh yeah, Sim sent me a picture. He was like, he had the stream up. He's like, I'm locked in.
That's one of the nice things about when you have a stream setup. If you can't make it to the event, you still can be part of the action. You
Yeah,
know? So
that's what we did for B-Hop when y'all did B-Hop in December. Like Matt and I just like had all the streams going on the computer, and we felt like we were there kinda. So it was nice.
yeah. And then for the events and stuff, it's a good way to promote the events and say, oh, I want to be part of this, or like, let me see what else is around the area, or
Oh yeah.
if you're driven, I can make this happen in my area too. That's kind of how, I imagine that's how it happened to MCAT. That's how it happened to me,
Yeah.
where I didn't have anyone in my area that was like as, I guess, driven to make things happen.
Do
or I guess
stuff.
like take like a leadership role. It's not that people
Right.
don't want to do, they just need some
to,
direction.
to lead it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do these reset in the next pool?
I think they do. I think Emily hasn't reset between pools.
Let me check the rules. So we have
Yeah, check the rules. I think in DDR it said once a tournament.
I believe in SMX it is we're gonna check the rules real quick. We're asking about our special actions in the tournament, which are
Oh.
basically outside of the standard protected vetoes. You can either pocket pick a song, you can redraw the entire set like a mulligan in Magic the Gathering, or redraw one singular song.
And then the song you redraw, like you have the song that pops up.
Once per pool.
Oh, okay. So it's different.
Yeah, so it's once per pool here. So
Yeah.
It
DDR is once a tournament.
yeah. And then strong redraw is once per division. I think that's the same thing. as
Yeah,
this
they're
other
all
thing.
like per pool per division. Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much the way pocket picks work, so we've seen a couple in the tournament so far, is any song in the set can be replaced with a song of your choice within the designated level range. So you can't be grabbing Summer 25 in a round with 19s to 21s, you know?
Yeah.
Which some players actually probably would really enjoy that a lot for the stamina factor or the output speed their opponents factor.
I love doing set redraws, like, because I'll be looking at sets sometimes and I'll be like, oh man, I don't know.
What's fun though is when it becomes a worse set.
It
for
becomes
you.
worse. Honestly, like, well, I'm not going to jinx myself, so never mind.
Yeah, let's not speak to existence. Hey, good job today.
Hey.
Yeah, just Owen just said bye. Owen came from the
Malaysia.
first pool, and typically we come from a lower pool to the next one. The matchups feel a lot harder, but to my understanding, Owen went 1 and 2 in both of his matches, and it kept it pretty close, like within like a couple hundred points. So it's that's something to be proud of, like a good takeaway.
Oh, yeah. I feel like SMX ones are always really kind of close because it's all about that, like, perfect and perfect
Yeah.
window.
And then the chart knowledge aspect of it's really big to it, and then just like the form factor.
Knowing how you need to step it.
Which,
Yeah.
Bad Revenge, if they don't
Is-
know the chart, this one's gonna
Oh,
form
yeah.
check you like crazy
Yo.
if you don't know it.
I love Bad Revenge though. Like when I'm starting to like warm up, I like to play this one because it just gets me going.
It's one of my favorite songs musically, but I mean, I think a lot of the players who know me know I really like K-pop a lot. Yeah, this song, despite being a K-pop song, all the lyrics are in English.
Yeah. I think they were at
AWA.
yeah, AWA. And I was kind of like upset I didn't go.
Yeah, this part here is very easy to form check. With
Yes.
the down center, down, up center, ups.
Yep.
You gotta be really lateral with your body movements.
Gotta know where to put your feet so you don't hit earlies.
Now, I'm not a singer, but I'm very impressed by From 20's pitch control when he sings the song. 'Cause I
Yeah.
watched the behind the scenes recording.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, that's actually pretty hard to hit all those
Oh
notes.
yeah. And when I listen to it, like I get that. I think it's like that thing when you listen to music and you like feel it. Like I get a specific tingle thing. Like it's cool. It
And
feels
to my
good.
understanding, it was very like Michael Jackson style inspired.
Yeah,
So you hear that kind of like
exactly.
that kind of like when you listen to the synth, it's very Michael Jackson style.
Yeah.
At least from what I read online.
Hi, Sam Poppy.
All right.
All right, this
Now,
is the
enough about
actual
K-pop.
match.
Now we have
The
Katy Perry and SMX, a party. It has very Katy Perry vibes to it.
Very much so. Like last Friday night.
This one's a pretty chill 19. Very good introductory 19 to try to get the wild charts. But we'll spoil later. But there's a pretty tricky tech visually later in the song with the roll notes.
Yes, the roll notes. They're hitting this part really well. The lifts.
Perfectly executed lift. It's always tricky to maintain your time. We have a lift that you have to lift off of and start off on the same foot you just lifted off of.
Yeah, they'll get you that way. But they seem comfy with this. It's a nice first song in a set, just kind of get into a comfort.
Now let's see how they handle the roll section coming up.
Cheesecake had it there.
But AZ still making
Yeah.
a short lead on that.
Oh, Ben, you might have
Oh,
cursed
5 points.
it. Wow,
Right
that
at the
was really
very end.
close. Oh, okay, let's do this breakdown. Ah, the late.
And the roll drop too.
Dang.
5 points, can you believe that?
Yeah, that's really close. Send Poppy. Alright, let's see.
Drum and Bossa, this is a AZ 453's Protect.
Okay, yes. So AZ feels pretty comfy with this one. Maybe we can go to song 3 here. That'd be hype for losers finals.
Especially get the DDR classic.
Yes.
This one's for level 20s. It's pretty comfortable 20 start. The song musically is a little bit on the quiet side, but patterns are really good on this chart.
And I love the musicality of this song too.
Personally, this one's not for me, but I really like that they are willing to have a variety of music because someone's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, they do have a lot.
This one's got some really good center panel patterns to watch out for.
I'm sure this will still be close.
Missing in the drill,
Yeah.
but still maintaining lead despite that.
Yes.
Strong
We'll see
timing.
what happens towards the end. There was a little fall off on AZ there.
Yeah, AZ starting off the first half on APC, but starting to trail a little bit. It could be a fatigue factor too. They've been playing a lot today too.
Oh
Everyone has
yeah, they've been playing so much. That's the other thing you have to factor in is conserving and bursting when you need to.
Because AZ come from losers bracket, had to play back to back, while GK had a bit of a break between their matches.
Right.
And Cheesecake closing out with a 99, even with the miss.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, it seems like AZ, despite with that strong start, kind of once they lost it, they had trouble kind of getting back
Catch
on
it up.
track. All right, and that concludes pool number 2.
It's done.